Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Nicholas, aka Senri. It's been a while, but today I will be teaching you how to do a super defined wash and go. And by defined, I mean crispy, beautiful, curly whirly, the coils, the curls, the waves. I don't know about waves because I don't have wavy hair. I lied with that part. Please excuse me. I am ashamed, okay? But curly I can do because, I have curly hair, if you haven't noticed. So, I'll be teaching you how to do this with a few products that I have. So first, I usually go in with Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. It's a great detangler if you didn't get all the knots in your hair. So I really like that for this or this for that. There we go, English. And then usually I go in with oil. I used to have melanin oil, but now I ran out and I'm in Germany. So I don't think she ships to Germany yet. Plus I don't have money, so that's an aspect too. So I use almond oil or any oil. Usually when I'm back in school in the States, I usually use Jamaican Black Castor Oil, especially for my edges because my hairline used to be non-existent. Then I usually go in with the coconut and hibiscus curl enhancing smoothie. It's quite a thick consistency, so I wouldn't advise it for looser hair types. I know my friend, it didn't really work for her, but this I love when my hair, when you touch it, it's like really just oily. I love it because I know that by the end of the week, it's gonna be gone, just completely gone, evaporated. So I try to put in as much moisture as much as possible. So that's why my hair is pretty wet still. So as you can see, I use the LOC method, and then I go in with Eco Styler olive oil gel, the maximum hold. Look at that. My sister got me into that, and so that's what I use. Oh, and I also use Gorilla Gel for my edges because we like that. And that's about it. And my handy dandy spray bottle, and that's all the products I use really. So I hope you enjoy this montage of me doing my hair. It's around what time it is? It is practically 3 o'clock here in Germany. And it is a Sunday, and yeah, so this is me doing my hair in Germany, and I hope you enjoy it. Woo! Hi, so here I am taking out my haphazard Bantu knots and putting in the Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. I like to use a great amount of this product because it makes my hair feel so soft and squishy and mushy, and it's just all around great, okay? I got that idea from, I think her name is Amber. I don't know her YouTube channel, but she's Danish, I think, and she's pregnant. Congratulations. So I really love this in my hair. I usually use enough to make it as though I can run my fingers through my hair, which is almost impossible feat when you have hair like mine. So I go in with that, and I proceed with some oil because you can never have too much oil. And I put it in the ends, on the ends, up the hair shaft, and then soon you will see me put it on my scalp. It is very important to seal in that moisture with a nice good sealant, all right? Yes, I am a native English speaker, all right? It really helps with itchiness and stuff like that, especially when you moisturize or you oil it every day. I usually spray my hair and oil it so that it seals in the moisture that I put in every day. As much as possible, you know, you can only do what you can do, if that makes sense. I don't know if anything makes sense because here I am talking to my iPad for the first time, and it's very awkward. So I rub all of that in, I look at it, I'm feeling myself, I'm like, oh, she fine. And of course I'm dancing to Toby Lou, big plug out here. We're going to go in with the coconut and hibiscus curl enhancing smoothie. Don't use a lot unless you really want to, but for me, for my hair type, it is not good when I do a wash and go with a lot of this product because I tend to get a lot of flaking, and we in the natural hair community do not like flakage, as I like to call it. I'm calling it that now. I never called it that before, but that is what I be calling it, and I rub that into my scalp. I usually do about 2/4 worth of a dollop-sized amount of that product, and I wet my hands again, dance a little bit, do a little jig, an Irish jig, doodly-doo-dot-doodly-doo, and then I proceed to the other sections. I'm very confused in this clip, but as you can see, I figured it out. I figured out how to do my hair for the first time in this week, even though I've been doing it for a long time. You probably heard my stomach rumble. That is because I've only had yogurt for the entire day. Health? That's me, yes. So I just do the same thing for all the other sections, and we're probably going to skip to another section so that you're not bored by my amazing hair doing, styling, all that fun stuff, all right? So here I have completed the second section. I do something a little bit different than other people, I think. I take my broken rat tail comb and I do my part. So I part on the left side of my head, although it shows that it's on the right side in this video, but it's actually on the left because it's reflected. So I attempt to make my part multiple times because I am not perfect, obviously. And so I attempt with the rat tail comb many times to figure out how my head wants to be parted. Let's say it like that. So I do that a few times to get it right because I will tell you why I do the front of my head first. Because it is the most unruly part of my head, the most disrespectful, okay? So it tends to soak up moisture more, and I like to put the products in first in the front of my head so that it doesn't dry out and I just have the water from the shower, and it's just much easier to just do the front first and then wet it again, obviously, because Karen's being difficult. And then I put it into a bantu knot, which I will do eventually in this clip. Oh, there we go. She's a good one. She's a good one. So I put it into a bantu knot to keep it in place. And then I do the same for the other side so that I can work on the back without it getting in the way. And that tends to be helpful for any hairstyle I do. When I do twists, like box braids, but they're twists, I do a 3-strand twist instead. I do the front, I part the front of my head first, so that's outlined because I don't part the back of my head, because ain't nobody got time for that, especially when you can't see the back of your head, right? So if you ever look at my head when I have box twists, you'll notice that I do not part, and that's okay. Not parting is okay. I don't think we were meant to be on this earth to part, okay? When you're oh, got something in my eye. Whoopsie daisy lazy. You don't have to part. No one's gonna be like, oh, she didn't part her hair. Oh, she's not cool. She can't do her hair. No. If they're looking that close, then they're creepy. They're Joe Goldberg from You, all right? Go watch that show. But I part the front so that it's just easier to do the back, get things done, and not have to worry about it losing its moisture and being like dry the entire time you're doing your hair. Because when I do my box twist thingy-maburbs, I take a long time. It usually takes 3 hours for me to do that, including breaks. So that's what I do here. I hope that was useful for you. If you have sort of dry hair like me, hair that just loves moisture, just sucks it all up, then this might be useful. The back of my hair, let me tell you, the hair on the back of my head is, when parents say they don't have a favorite child, but we all know they do? Well, the back of my head is my favorite child because the way it curls, the way it's respectful, the way it soaks up moisture but retains the moisture for a long. Just look at that. Oh, I just bouncy, beautiful cover girl, not gossip girl, cover girl, all right? So we do the same for the back. You don't have to see that, but I do believe this is the best way for me to do my hair, and it might be for you too. So that's why I shared, obviously. That's why we're all here. All right, we're gonna stop now. We're just gonna bye. So now we proceed to the fun bit, the most important part. Okay, it is the gel time, the jelly boy time. Okay, not gelatin. Jelly, all right? Don't be jelly, be jam. Okay, we're just gonna cry. Okay, so right now I am sectioning out a small section of my hair to gel so I can get it super defined. I take a clamp up the rest of my hair, and then I go in on that section and I take a bit of it and I put it at the top of my hair because I don't want the top to be frizzy, and then I take it down the hair shaft, just work it down. And then I go to the end because, ends tend to get really disrespectful throughout your wash and go time, so you want to just reinforce it, reinforce. And then I start sectioning out my hair strands. So not so much a hair strand, but a hair clump, how your hair clumps together naturally. I take a little bit and then I put more gel onto my hair so that it'll lock it in place. And then sometimes I clump it back together again to make sure that I've completely covered everything with gel, because then if you don't get super defined. So I just go over everything, smoothing things over. If I see a little wisp of hair, I put a little bit of gel. It honestly depends on your hair. You just have to spitball it, really. But you want to be able to see your curls, the clumps of your curls together, like I just showed you in that. So we're going to go again with another piece of hair towards the back of my head. So I don't think you'll be able to see it, but it's essentially the same concept. You section out a small piece of your hair. I compare it to when Brad Mondo says to section it for bleaching or dyeing or something like that. I tend to do those type of sections. Not too big, not too small, just enough to completely saturate the hair with gel. So that's what I'm doing again. Yeah, you can see it. So I go over it again with some gel, just a little bit, take a little at a time, because if you don't want super crunchy hair, you don't want to put too much and you can't take it away, unless you're going to wash it off. So just take a little bit at a time. It takes a while. It does take a good while to get super defined hair. It doesn't come naturally, its favorite song isn't "Do we know what comes naturally?" No. Okay, so you gotta work for that definitiveness, okay? That's a word, I promise you. I promise, I'm not lying. So I do the same thing. I clump it together, I put the gel, and I just make sure that every clump of hair has a great amount of gel, but not too much. Remember, spitballing. And then I proceed to the other sections. So essentially it's the same until I get to the front. I'll show you what I do to the front, and I hope that was helpful. Oh, and I learned this method from Jujubee. If you don't know Jujubee, she's amazing. She's fantabulous. I've been following her since freshman year of college because that's when I started doing my hair for real. But that's a story for another time. But go check her out. She's fantastic. She has a workout Instagram that's really helpful. And her hair is just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So you should check it out. And yeah, shingling. It's a great method. It's the final countdown. Yes. So you're welcome. I know I just blessed you with my voice. So now we're going to the front, which has undoubtedly become drier than it should be. So I wet it a little bit, and had a little English. So now I'm doing the same thing with this section, but as you can see, it is far more difficult than the back. So I like doing this section the most, besides the back. The back will always be my little baby chicken, baby chicken, yeah, chick. But I like this section because it is so small. And once I'm done with it, I essentially erase all the work I just did. Just you wait. It's just magical, I love doing work to shingle and then like erasing half of it. You'll just wait and see. It's quite attractive. Thank you. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that wee little montage. Now we're going in with the Gorilla Gel. We're going to get those edges snatched. I hope. You'll be the judge of that, to be honest. But I think I did pretty well, if you ask me. So I put it on my edgy boys, And I smooth it down because I don't like having big hair right by my face on the left side. So I try to push back my hair. And then now I'm going to proceed with the edges. I also learned this from Jujubee. She was honestly like the first YouTuber that I really got into, besides Naptural85, but 85 or 89? You know who I mean, Melanin. She had a video on, Jujubee had a video on edges, how to do her edges, and I just adapted that to my own heady boy. So I put more gel and more gel. I still have Eco Styler there, so it's like double the hold, 10 strength, 20 strength hold now. So I make a little line, and then I go down with the rat tail comb towards my ear. I try to make the section big enough so I don't have like really big edges and then really small edges. So yeah, honestly, it's the same as putting Eco Styler in your hair and figuring out how much you need. It's all spitballing. I could make a video on how to do your edges. I don't know when I'd do that. I don't think I'm an expert in edges. My sister likes them, but that's just one opinion. So I think that looks pretty gosh darn good if you ask me. English, we're just gonna give up. So I do it again. I have a little product, so I wipe that down so I don't get too much buildup there, and make sure that I don't get flaking, and then I push that back, and then we go to the top part. This one I'm not so good at, but we'll see what happens. So we go down again, and we push it back as much as possible, making sure that each edgy boy stays defined one individual. Each edge is an individual. Okay, that took too much work to get out, Karen. You know. So she's feeling herself. She likes that. So she's gonna go in to define me. I am going to go in and define that a bit more, and we enjoy that. I left because I forgot something. I forgot the bobby pins. So I'm I'm back. Hi. So I got the bobby pins, or bob pins as they like to say in the United States. I don't know where I got that from, but yes. So we've got the bobby pins, and I like to push back my hair diagonally, or as diagonally as possible. So I put it right behind my ear, and I push the opening of the bobby pin towards the back of my head. So it creates like the illusion that my hair is flat on that side. I don't know why I like this. I just do. I have great difficulty doing bobby pin things because my hands are so small and fragile, and it's slippery. So I put another one to reinforce that in, going from the back towards the front, along the same plane as the other bobby pin. So essentially you just want to make a linear line from your ear to the back of your head. If this is something you're interested in, you could try it out. I don't know. And then I go to the other side of my head, and I don't do like the wavy boys on this side. I just lay down my edges, and that's about it. That's unless I go in with some more product or wipe my hands like I just did, but that's pretty much the final product. I usually try to air dry my hair, and then blow dry before bed if it isn't completely dried. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll come back for a reveal of how it looked when it dried. Thank you! Hi, so this is my defined wash and go after 2 days. I didn't record yesterday because I was a lazy chicken wing. And yeah, so I banded at night or when I took a nap. Did my edges like I did in the video. Put some oil on my scalp and on the hair itself to make it a little shinier. And that's about it. So this is day 2. Super defined, super soft, no crunchiness, no crunch. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you. I don't know which type of hair I have. I don't know what hair type I am because I'm a very confused person. So I think I'm like 4B, 4A maybe. Vielleicht. So this is what we got. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you enjoyed.